What is up? It is time for episode 2 of round 2. I am back with Group A and Animated J. How are you guys feeling today?
I mean, you know what's up, Teddy. You know what's up. There's always something that's highlighting. There's always something that's inspiring when we're seeing these videos. So I just want to see people keep bringing it and pushing their limit. But enough about me. Judges, how are you feeling today? How's it going?
Josh is going to do sign language for us to tell us how he feels. He's not going to use words. I'm personally doing great. Looking forward for some more light shows and hoping to see some new things that I haven't seen before in the gloving community.
That's what's up. That's what it's about, pushing those limits. So, Teddy.
So today we are going to be taking a look at Fractalize, Kupo, Wonka, and Clarity. So without further ado, let's jump right on into Fractalize. And that was Fractalize. Animated J, take it away.
So again, we've seen a lot of videos by now. I've seen a lot of clusters by now as well, and people of different levels and textures and everything. Again, the highlight for me was like the clusters. I love that. I love when, because like I said, future gloving, you guys are doing wild stuff. Now the only thing is like, how many variations or like how many ways can you go in and out of it? And I kind of felt that it was like the transitions out of it was okay. I don't know. I didn't feel like there was something that really like, whoa, like, like look at the speed change or look at the texture they added to it, or I don't know, adding some more ingredients to the concept of clusters itself. That was just my thoughts. I know, I want to go to Trump because I know you're looking at this through the technical difficulty. What did you feel about the level of his movement?
I think he had some pretty cool cluster ideas, something that may be a little bit unorthodox, but still, new nonetheless. The big thing that really stuck out to me was he did a move where his fingers were like here instead of making that perfect box. And that's something you really want to watch out for because I will absolutely take points away from holding that weird position where you're not quite there. As far as the clusters themselves go, and the rest of the show, I think the transitions overall were actually pretty good, and that's something that I wanted to point out prior to your question.
Okay. So it's interesting again to just see the different perspectives. So, but now the musicality aspect, just to me, I felt like it was almost like a tutorial. It's like, okay, 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4.
I was going to say something almost identical to that. I wanted to see more energy. It felt to me like, so there's choreography and then there's drilling, okay? Both of them share the same vein in that you know what your next step is. What separates drilling from choreography is adherence to the music and placement of the beats with your techniques. And it kind of felt like he was just like, okay, I have this set specific move pattern that I want to make it A to B, and I'm gonna make it A to B, and I'm ignoring the music. It's not that's not it, fam.
Totally. So again, there was something about the ending. I almost felt like the video was lagging because the energy or the speed started to slow down. But yeah, anyway, do your thing, bring that energy. It's round 2, so you know what's up. Teddy?
So this has no effect on the score, but I just want to shout out Fractalize for all the way in Australia, still coming through and purchasing not only the You Got Moves blanket, but purchasing some joggers from us and contributing to the GFC prize pool. So big thanks to him for doing that. Appreciate it, helping us get to that $1,000 mark. So as I mentioned before in the previous episode, any GFC merchandise purchased at this point will increase the prize pool. We have reached the $1,000 threshold through everything purchased so far, so we're going to go ahead and get that. We'll have an update for that in the first episode of round 3. If you're interested, go to yougotmoves.com/GFC, pick up anything you want to. But again, shout out to Fractalize for taking the step and doing that already. I hope you're enjoying the blanket / backdrop that you've purchased. Let's go ahead and take a look at Kupo.
You are no good for me no more. We don't know how to love without a war. We're a disease without a cure. You wanna hurt just a little more. We are casually cruel. You were my training wheels in April Fool, but our tolerance is full. Don't wanna hurt anybody, hurt anyone no more. Ain't disappearing, watching your pretty smile so warm.
I just want to personally shout out to Kupo for an absolutely much cleaner setup this time. I was able to very easily see and enjoy that show. Animated J, how about you?
Yeah, man, I enjoyed the impacting. Like, I think that was the highlight again for me. Like when he started that, it was like near the end of the video. I was like, oh, now it's beginning. I don't know. I guess I just want to see more of that. Like, I would have loved to just see him go off with like what he was going towards the end. Like put that in the beginning and then amplify that as the show continues. But that's my thoughts. Jess, what are you feeling here?
I wanted to reiterate that exact point. My love of impacting is saddened. It is brought down by the length of time he waited to actually introduce the impacts to the light show. It seems like it was like, okay, this is like a really clean light show, really well put together. This is kind of like that 2012 style, that really clean, transitional, flowy style. And then halfway through, he introduced the impacts, and I was like, all right, where was that 30 seconds ago? Come on, buddy. Let me see that earlier, because that makes so much difference to the story. And as far as story goes, he kind of ended it right in the middle of what seemed like a trick. Like, I love impacting. I love impacting because it has the ability to take a 5 to 6 minute period of time and keep your interest for that length of time. which is hard to do. It's really, really difficult to do in a competition because you have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it's if you're gonna impact it in a competition light show, you really have to compress the style down, which can be hard to do. So
I agree on that one. Trump, looking at it through, grid work, symmetry, what were you seeing here?
I think he really stepped it up from his last show. I think he just about did everything that we asked him to. I can't say I completely agree with both of you guys, but I do think he could, for the sake of the time limit, being in a competition and whatnot, he could
I mean,
start.
that's really all it comes down to is the time limit.
I mean, he really stepped it up. If he does move on, I'm sure it's something that he can be working on. Because big improvement, but still some room as far as the ending of the show goes. The technicality was definitely a step up from his last show. It was clean. The transitions were good. I definitely saw more. And I would like to continue to see more.
I just want to reiterate, like, this show could have been so great if he was given the 4 minutes that it seemed like he was building up to. You know what I mean? Like, it really comes down to compressing that light show into the time frame, and that's the only thing bringing him down in this performance.
I agree. It's the only thing.
Well, there you have it. Teddy?
And I do want to reiterate that I definitely agree. There's a lot of things to be said about this time limit. So I think that we're going to establish that for round number 3, those that move on will be given 2 minutes per light show, established as of now. And especially because round 3, each match will be a one-on-one match. I think it's definitely 2 minutes is absolutely the way to go, and allow people really the time to examine themselves and give them some more time to play. So we'll go ahead and do that. But that is round 3. We are still in the first episode of round 2. So let's go ahead and move on and take a look at Wonka. And that was Wonka, Animated J.
Yeah,
Take it away.
I really enjoyed those two things that really stuck out to me. That was different, from what I've been seeing. The one was like he used his body or his shirt, like he was going off of his own body, which was really cool. Like to actually incorporate, your body as like a surface to go off of. And then the other thing was like he was doing like these. I don't exactly know what that was even called, but it kept on like these transitions, like going back and forth. That was different, at least to me. Like from everyone we've seen, like it stood out at least that concept that he was using. So he was a little tricky. It was like these. I felt like his shirt with the Riddler, the question marks, really represented well. It was like throwing these little tricks. Jess, how are you feeling about this one? What did you see story-wise?
It was an absolute pleasure to watch this one. He hit us with the Super Riddler at first, which was fun. to start off the light show, to give us an idea of the energy and style that he's going to put into this, and he kept on with it, with using this like wiping flail thing that he did. Like he was wiping himself and then wiped with a flail, and then that thing you were talking about. He's one of these people creating clusters that are wholly unique. He has the capacity to see what people are doing and make something else out of it. And it was a very, very well done performance. And I even got a comment on how he ended the show. He wasn't even impacting. He still hit us with a strobe cage, which just goes to show the power of the strobe cage, bro. Love it.
That's dope. Now, Trump, what are we seeing when it comes to difficulty wise and everything nicely put together?
Blew me out of the water. I really tried to nitpick on that one because I know Wonka, but even compared to his normal shows, that was one of the more impressive ones and hits just about every mark on my scorecard. I really wish I could say something, but no, that was a really excellent and impressive show. Yeah, that was. I can't even say anything bad at all. That was great.
He brought the swag.
Yeah, he hit everything on the scorecard, in my opinion. Completely unique, extremely clean, well executed. He was doing moves I've never seen before, and it looked like he'd been doing them for years.
Nice. Well, there you have it. Wonka killing it for us. Teddy?
All right, and our main event for the episode, we're going to go ahead and take a look at clarity. All right, so I don't know about you guys, but I got major Chucky's coming to kill me vibes from that video. Animated Jay, how about you?
No, now that you mentioned that, totally. I could feel that vibe from watching the video. Thoughts that came to my mind was like, how you guys, the first time I heard about it was like from Glover's, like the tech versus flow. Like that was like a thing. Like some people are very like heavy, like on the technical side, and then some people are very like flowy on that side. I felt like this was very technical. Like Clarity got the tuts and the grids and the the angles like on lock in my perspective. I would then just say work on your perhaps weaknesses, the things that you don't do often. Maybe that's that whole depth perception or liquid, or basically just work on overall everything. Like try to push like in a video game, put the points on other aspects as well to the, add some points to the other part. That was my perspective.
Gotta even out that skill tree.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like grid angles to me, like you got it. So what else, So
Yeah, and on that note, if I remember correctly, I think that we criticized her round one video for having a little too much speed throughout the
Mm.
whole thing. So I will say she did a good job of actually giving us the whole spectrum of her speed control. I would love to see that explored more to its limits and beyond its limits. But as you say, there's also elements of depth. There's elements of other techniques. There's elements of how you transition through. But she did a very good job of actually matching the music to how she was transitioning through the light show. So it wasn't a perfect light show, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, dope. And now Trump, because I kind of touched about her grid work, her angles, which I was giving props to. What did you see?
Yeah, I saw clean angles. I saw some complexity and some difficulty in the cuts and movements that she made. She did a really good job, like Josh said, with showing some more variety in the speed control. I'm not really gonna judge her based on the lack of other things that she didn't do. She did a bunch of tuts, and that's what I'm gonna judge her on. And I think she did a good job. Maybe I don't know, mix it up a little bit, but overall, I think it was a pretty good show.
Okay, well, that was Clarity. Teddy, was that our last one for today? Our last video?
Yes, that is going to do it for today, but we'll be back with the last four glovers of Group A. Going to take a look at Sidewinder, Hypnotoad, Genghis Wrath, and Duck. And then after that episode, we'll go ahead and jump into our round table for Group A of Round 2. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. Leave a comment below if you feel like anything was missed, if you have any questions, or if you just want to tell us how much you agree or disagree with anything said here. We love to spark the controversy. So let us know in the comments. And we'll see you guys later for the rest of Group A.
Just